Hey, what's up, everyone? Shoot. Happy New Year. 2025 has finally gotten here, and we are starting off this first quarter, first month, first weekday of 2025 with some very fun information that I've gathered for the past week or so at the end of 2024. But going into 2025, the next 5 to 10 years, video games are going to blow up. I just think they are. It's a new market, it's a new kind of segment for collectors, and it's just starting, and everybody's into it, whether you're a 5-year-old kid or a 65-year-old playing on your phone. There's opportunity everywhere. So if you guys could do me a favor, click that like button, subscribe, tell all your friends about these shows. Obviously, I do comic book videos weekly, but I'm trying to keep up with the video game market because it is more of a segment that I think is going to be a growing segment for the next 5 to 10 years, especially with the move over to downloadable games versus physical. It's just going to get more rare for these physical type of media. And this list is very different this week. I know I say that every week, but I feel like this week is you got some pretty cool games that I never heard of before, and on systems that I played, my whole life. Specifically, I think the one system that really got me going into video game collecting, or sorry, video games in general, is SNES. And there's a couple in this list that just I was astounded about. And I remember seeing them in Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. First off, you have Demon Souls from the PS5. Now, I was just thinking of PS5 being one of the last video game consoles that are going to be having physical media. The next console may not have physical media. I'm not sure, but the trend nowadays is obviously to download these games on the physical, to download the games and not buy the physical media. It's just easier. Sometimes it's cheaper. I think monetarily, it's just going to be more of an incentive to download games nowadays. But this bad boy goes for about $42.65. Last time I checked, it's a beloved franchise. I didn't find it graded yet, and I feel like, again, this is going to be a game to be grabbing at a discount, maybe on a Whatnot show, stream, what have you, for under $40 or so. Getting that graded, it's going to be clean, and there may not be that many of them as well compared to other types of systems. Astrobot, this is the game of the year. I know I touched base on this a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to further kind of input that this is my game that I'd buy multiple copies of. I couldn't find any collector's editions, so be on the lookout for those later down the road. But I think it's worth mentioning just because a lot of people have talked about this. This is going to hit nostalgia for dads, for kids when they're 10 years from now or what have you. Super fun game. $100 for the controller. So I think that's kind of the play if you want to put a little bit of extra money in towards that. I think accessories are always going to be a good fit to collect, and it's limited, quote unquote. $30 for the game itself, which I think is heavily downloaded. So there you go again. Kind of the whole synopsis with physical is going to go away eventually, and this may be one of the last physical beloved games of Gen Alpha's era. Or Gen Z, I guess you could throw that in there too. Sonic for the PS3. Now, this kind of hits current times just with the new Sonic movie coming out. I think anything Sonic, especially video game wise, is a good value, a good thing to get into right now, even with the show, because people are more so going towards the comic books and towards, I guess, the older games. But I think this hits two segments. One, it's cheap. PS3 is starting to creep up a little more with the sealed game market. And I got 98 in this for $85. I feel like it's going to just rise in value over time. And it's just going to hit different markets and different segments of ages and all that. So if you can find this on Whatnot stream, or maybe get it for $20 to $25 and hopefully get that 9.8, I think it's worth it. 9.6s aren't bad either. It's really hard to get 9.8s in these games, by the way. Just FYI. Paper Mario, a newer game from Nintendo Switch, but I feel like it's one of those marquee Mario games that have come out on the Switch that could have longer term effects over, just investing wise and collecting. You're still going to pay full price for this guy, but I think it's worth it to kind of investigate or try and get a good deal on this on, again, a Whatnot show. I know I keep going back to Whatnot, but make sure you look for the first prints, the 4 zeros on the barcode there. If you're not sure what that is, DM me, hit me up on Discord, and I'll put the Discord link in the link below or in the biography or the description. But yeah, again, this is a long-term bet, but you're gonna have to put some money towards it. Kind of going into some more like marquee, like segmented collectors. Chrono Trigger. This is, I would think, one of those games that there's a ton of these printed. It's from Squaresoft, so I mean the role-playing brand of like all time. But I can't find a single sealed version of this other than on the DS. So if you want to go that route, I guess go with the DS. There's some for $134, which I don't think is too bad for a reprinted game. And essentially, what's pretty cool is the DS version is the same as the NES version as far as the art's concerned. I found a complete inbox for this. It was really clean though, for $1,000 plus, which is incredible. I mean, the box was in pristine condition. The dude even had the plastic to go along with the cartridges. I don't remember having plastic in the cartridges. I mean, that's how long ago it was. And he even had the slip cover too. Granted, it may have been like, he probably took parts of it from like, various toy conventions and what have you, but it was still pretty cool to see that. And it was a really nice collection. And yeah, a real nice piece, I think, to get graded. I didn't look at the graded market for these guys because this video, I didn't really want to go to the graded market so much. I just wanted to see what the CIB seals were going for with the intent of grading them in the big plastics. Power Stone 2, I was looking for like more like rare Dreamcast games. Dreamcast just has this, I don't know, I think it's the saddest failure of a system. Dreamcast was my favorite system of all time. It's pretty close to PS2. I should say that, no, sorry. I think PS2 is my favorite system of all time. Dreamcast is a close number 2. Albeit, I had a Dreamcast during my college days, and so that's probably what hits it. But 202 for the sealed version of this game, and 125 for a CIB. I think I'd rather go with the seal just because of like that collectability of it. But 125 for sealed, or for CIB, that's pretty cool. Rounding up the last couple ones here. So PS4, the Phantom, Metal Gear Solid Phantom limited edition. I think this is really cool. It's a white box for PS4. As you all know, that the regular PS4 consoles are a blue box with the logo and all that. But this bad boy is going for $3K asking. Couldn't find any sales for this, so it's a limited edition. I think of 1,000 print run, but this doesn't really hit for me too much because I never played this particular version of the Phantom Metal Gear Solid game, but I keep seeing it come across my socials, and so I was just kind of curious about it. And the sales are pretty strong. There are regular versions, so the blue kind of background on this PS4 for like $700, or sorry, 900. I saw one for 700 earlier, but I think it was opened. I don't know what the console market is. It's still, I think, unless you're like a true collector and just wanted like that, I don't know, version of said game, you're going to have to go like the limited way, like these guys, just because I think it's really expensive to have a bunch of PS4 consoles just sitting around, and then grading it is just like another avenue of just like craziness. But nonetheless, I thought it was a really cool piece. And if you bought this when it first came out, congrats, you probably tripled your money when if you're going to sell it. And last but not least, this is the most interesting game I found this week. It's Super NES Aero Fighters. I rarely come across games where just the game goes for like $1,000, but this is one of those games. This is a weird kind of cult following because I remember seeing this game in Blockbuster, and this game was a commercial failure. They did not sell a lot of units of this. Thus, it's short printed. I kind of looked at some stills of this on YouTube to see what this game was all about, and it looked really basic. I can understand why I didn't go for that much. I think it kind of reminded me of Space Invaders, and I think that's kind of what the concept was for this game. I've never heard of Miko River, like that gaming company, but what's crazy to me is that the game itself, there was no manual, no box, went for $1,000 plus, and there were multiple sales over various months, so over the past couple months of this game, but everyone else is asking for a lot of money for this game. So I just thought it was really fun. So anyway, that's your video game market report for this week. The first one, January 2nd, 2025. Crazy that we're in 2025 already. But if you guys could do me a favor, a solid. Hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends, share the link with them. I'll keep doing these video game market reports, and join the Discord. We're doing a lot of stuff to help people with like just collecting the hobby, whether that be flipping stuff or for investing to help your hobby and all that good stuff. But hope you guys have a great day. It's Thursday. I thought it was Monday. And we'll see you next time. All right, y'all. Take care. Oops.